us the story of how you came to be a DJ and came to be here tonight.
Was watching TV and I saw, MTV's True Life. I'm a clubber, and there was a segment where Tiesto was on, and seeing the crowd there, I was just like, wow, this is something amazing, and I'd never seen that before. Like I've listened to other genres of music, and I still do. I love things like hip hop and jazz and stuff like that, but that was just a whole other level, and it just woke something up inside me, and I was like, wow, this is something that I want to do. 2 years later, fast forward a little bit, I went and got turntables, in the summer, because I really wanted to start doing that and, start DJing and start collecting, vinyl. At the same time, I was starting to do production as well, because I didn't want to be just a listener. I wanted to be involved and, being able to not only DJ, but be a producer as well. So I started going out in 2004, going to shows, meeting the right people, and just, collecting a lot of information and, understanding what other people were playing. So I just followed the trend and just build it into my own style and, being able to develop what I had today. And whenever I saw DJ and I had the record, I had them sign it, and that's how they remembered me. And I always, I would always go to their shows and always show my face there to them so that they remember who I was. And the first guy that was really like that was Ferry Corsten, and I saw him at Avalon in 2004.
Wow.
And I had just a bunch of vinyl, and and he signed him, and he remembered who I was, and then I just followed him around for a couple of years in New York City, and then I had my first release with him in 2008.
Wow.
So that's how that came to be.
Tell me about your very first gig.
My first major gig was with Ferry in 2007 at Cielo.
That's impressive.
So in the city, yes, and that was really good. I actually just contacted him out of the blue. I said, hey, what do you think it'd be possible for me to do an opening set? And he talked with his guys, and they made it happen, and that was under Made Events. So that was the first major show that I was involved with.
And you're currently with Black Hole Recordings and Armada Music.
Yes.
What's your relationship with them like?
Arnie at Black Hole is such a great guy. They started releasing a lot of my material in 2010. I had an alias called Saint X at the time. We're just trying different things, seeing what can work. I found my niche. I feel like I'm more of the chunkier type groovy trance, and that's what I was doing with them. And all this time, that's really what I've been doing with Black Hole. And Armada's here and there. I got a couple tracks with them. The recent one was with Steen Grove. It's a collaboration under Andy Moore's Breaking the Silence 3 compilation. And that's actually going to be a forthcoming single.
And tell me about your radio show, Universal Sound.
Yeah, the radio show has been around since 2005. I had that radio show beginning on Party 107. And since then, it's been going on through 8+ radio stations worldwide, online. The show started out as a 2-hour show, and then showcasing guest mixes from other artists.
Comparing what you thought being a DJ would be like when you first saw that documentary with Tiesto to your DJ career right now, what are one or two things that really surprised you?
There's a different setting for certain situations. So if you go to a regular small club and you play and you think, oh wow, that's great, that I can be able to mix and I'm good on, I'm on beat with everything, but you still got to read the crowd and you still got to understand what they like and what they don't like. That's important.
Recently, you reached 10,000 Facebook fans.
Yes.
And you gave them a present. You released a track for them when you reached that.
Yeah, the track was called Native Sundown. We put it out on SoundCloud the day, like a few days after I passed the 10,000 mark. Just a way to, say thank you to the fans. I've done that periodically, throughout the last couple of years. I've been giving away free tracks and whatnot. So,
what do you hope to achieve with your music?
I just want people to understand, leaving behind that, it's okay to switch up your sound whenever you want, because I never wanted to stick to one particular sound, and I want people to see that there's different kind of themes that you can have as an artist, as long as people know that you wrote the record. I think that's important. Not a lot of people do that. I think, it's good to switch it up in between, points in your career. If you feel like you want to do, progressive trance record, and then you want to switch it up to, I don't even want to say it, you can go to electro or something and switch it up, but you can always go back and forth with things. I think that's what makes somebody, very dynamic, instead of just being static and just stick with just the same thing, and people do get bored of that after a while. So
where else can we find you online?
On my Twitter, you can find me at Mike Saint-Jules. It's fully spelled out with the Saint-Jules. You can also find me on SoundCloud at Mike Saint-Jules as well, and on my fan page at Saint-Jules Official.
Mike, Thank you so much. It was
Absolutely.
a pleasure
Definitely.
chatting with you.
Great.